lose this fight. If we do this, we're gonna do it our own way.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're not coming back, then hello, nice to meet you. Subscribe down below if you want to see more of me. And yeah, so the episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier just came out and I'll be reviewing it and going over it. So yeah, let's just hop straight into it. So at the start of the episode we get to see a backstory on the new Captain America. Obviously he is one of the 5 Captain Americas that's a replacement in the comic books. We do get to see a bit of more of a backstory, and he just feels more human, I guess. They just try and get us to like him, and obviously I still don't buy it. When he helped Sam and Bucky, I just felt a bit iffy. I was just like, I'm still not buying this. I still don't think he's a good person. I do think he is going to be an antagonist. So Walter, Captain America, acts a bit naive and oblivious to everything around him. It seems like he's putting on a show basically, and there's just something so antagonising about him, and it's a bit unsettling. Like, it's just, you just know it's not 100% with him. So I feel like they are doing that on purpose. I really do think he will be an antagonist. And we finally get to see our protagonists together, Bucky and Sam, but it does start off with Bucky having quite a bit of a go at Sam for giving away the shield, which, you know, it's fair enough, but then obviously Sam didn't know that was going to happen. It was a bit unfair what Bucky was saying to Sam, saying how you should never have received the shield. Then we'll later find out in that therapist scene where he says if Steve wasn't right about Sam, then why was he right about Bucky or something like that. It was something along that line. So obviously he just needs everything to go right, and he wants everything to happen so that Steve made the right decisions. So you get to see a bit of their typical banter. Obviously they do still hate each other, but they do have their banter, especially when they were talking about Gandalf and sorcerers, and it still amuses me that Bucky acts knowledgeable about sorcerers and wizards. I just found that quite amusing, even though I've seen it twice now because obviously it wasn't the trailer, but I just love that interaction. I just feel like it was pure and not something you would expect from Bucky. It wasn't long before I realised that Bucky joined Sam on his mission so that he could get out of therapy, but obviously that didn't last long because the police found him pretty quickly, and then he got taken back. But it's just a reflection of how much Bucky really has went through, because it seems like he can never get away. Because obviously in the previous episode the therapist talks about how he was free, and I think there was a bit of a flashback to him hearing that at the very start. But then obviously with the police following him, him getting arrested, if he doesn't go to a session, then that's obviously not him being free at all, is it? Then obviously he does end up getting released by the new Captain America and he's free. Yeah, I just feel like that was another move that made us feel a bit weird about that new Captain America guy. So another thing we got to see was that we actually got to see a face for the Flag Smashers. It was a young girl and she has a southern English accent, which I was quite surprised and pleased to hear about because I was not expecting that. So what the show did with the Flag Smashers is the same of what they did with the new Captain America. They're trying to make him likeable and somewhat normal, but obviously it is quite obvious that they are the antagonists in the show. We also get to meet another character, which was a bit of a wild card really. I don't think there was anything we expected to hear from someone like this. I really don't think this scene was really needed, to be honest. Like, obviously it was an important thing to include, but I don't think it was needed in this episode. It was obviously a good story to show, but we met, is it Isa Bradley? I'm sorry if I'm butchering this, I can't remember how it was pronounced. We'll get to meet him and we see his backstory of him basically being the same as Captain America and him getting left behind and then him getting chucked in jail for like 30 years or something really long, and Captain America gets to live his best life basically and he's in jail, and it was made obvious that it was more of a racist thing. Yeah, and Bucky did make obvious that he was aware of it the whole time and just didn't help him, which obviously Sam was annoyed at this, how there was a basically a black version of Captain America, and he never knew about it. And I did find it weird how Bucky didn't tell Sam before they went inside. I thought that was a bit of a risk to take, and obviously it was, because Sam wasn't very happy with it. So the episode ends on a cliffhanger. We get to see this mysterious character, even though the name of Zemo was dropped and he was the antagonist of Civil War. We haven't seen him since then. In the comics he also wears the purple mask, so that's why they just kept it true to his character and to the comic. Overall, I would give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. I'd just say this because it was quite obviously a filler episode, but we did get to learn quite a lot about most of the characters really. We got to learn about the Captain America guy, we got to see his little sidekick, we got to learn more about Bucky and Sam, and more of like backstory of like the Captain America legacy. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss another review of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I'll also be doing ones for movies and stuff as well, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you think of this episode, what you would rate, and what do you think is going to happen. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Friday. Okay, bye.